Here it is, Lox Chatterbox, on our very first November episode of the podcast. Welcome to Thanksgiving, motherfuckers.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Oh, shit. Shit, Joey, we're live.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
what's up, everybody? Well, Mikey hacks up along. Welcome to Natural Habitat Podcast. We're here on another day. How was your Halloween?
Oh, shit, man. Halloween over here was insane. I actually have a crazy story of some shit that happened. I'm still trying to get over it. I haven't really slept the past couple of days because I've been traumatized, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
There was this local haunted house in my area that I went to. We asked for the listeners last week to let us know in our area where some haunted houses would be, and they came through. They let us know. I went to the scariest one that everyone said I should go to. It had one of those classic waivers, those waivers that I love, that you have to sign so that you can't sue them if anything happens. So I signed.
In case you lose your life from fright.
Yeah,
from sheer fright.
It's happened a lot. There's one in I want to say Georgia, where there's been 14 deaths in the past 10 years that they've been doing it. People just keep dying in there, and it's always some sort of fight or some sort of accident or some sort of electrical equipment. But people just keep dying in there. And this place is kind of like that, but it's a little different. What happened was I was in there, and I was going through the maze of rooms, and I go into this room with a strobe light, and there was a woman in front of me with her small child, and they were going through part of the tour group. And so I go through, and we get into this room, and some sort of crazed actor clown jumps out from the shadows, and he starts graping this woman. Literally, he grapes her right in front of her child. Graping, for those who don't know, is kind of just like a gropey rape. It's a real hands-on type situation, and it got really violent. I thought it was part of the show. That was me at that point. I thought it was part of the show. Turns out it wasn't. The cops came and arrested that guy, and it was pretty crazy, man. It was nuts. So I hope that I hope you guys had an equally spooky Halloween season. My name's Mikey Booyah.
My name's Unknown.
And you are in the midst of the Natural Habitat Podcast. Thank you for joining us. And we have a very special guest today. A MC/producer that goes by the name of Lox Chatterbox. He is the other half of Varsity Dropouts. Varsity Dropouts is a group that my friend Joey is very familiar with. Why don't you tell them a little bit about Varsity Dropouts?
Well, we're just a group from Slow.
What do you mean? You mean we, like how when people talk about their team, they're like, like we did really good?
Yeah, there's only two of us. It's just me and Lox.
Oh, you're actually you're in the group.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Me and Lox are Varsity Dropouts.
I had no idea. Had no idea.
And Starfish the astronaut, but he's just like a producer.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sure that we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So,
we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary of being Varsity Dropouts. We started the group in September last year, so it's been like a year and a month or something.
Nice. And you guys have definitely been making waves recently, and he we already know quite a bit about you, even though you remain very unknown.
Yep.
And you are one half of Varsity Dropouts, and the other half of Varsity Dropouts is somehow more mysterious than the one that goes by the name Unknown. I don't know how it happened. So our listeners, might
we'd like to keep it that way.
They might know his music and hear him on tracks here and there and stuff, but as far as learning about how what kind of person he is and just about the guy in general, nobody really knows anything about him. So that's why we got him here.
I don't think he's done a lot of interviews because he tries to keep it more about the music. And so do we, you know what I mean? Like it's really like we want to be judged by what you hear instead of what you see.
Instead of trying to make some persona or some gimmick that you have to live out.
Yeah, we're not trying to be like prejudged or whatever. We want you to like our music for the music, not because we're cool or because fucking whatever stigmas that's out there. And I'm sure that that's what it is for him. I mean, he's got a couple of interviews out there, but nothing in depth, like a podcast or anything like that. And I don't know. I mean, and that really says something to his character as well. You know what I mean? The fact that it is all about the music, and that's all you get to hear from him, and you have to be the judge from that. You know what I mean? And if you like good music and you're into these genres that we're in, you're gonna like Lox Chatterbox.
Yeah, that's I think that's one of my favorite things about doing a podcast is because you guys have that mysterious factor to your music, so you keep it that way on purpose. And I think that podcasts, they are in depth, and you do learn like about these people and how they would discuss things and conduct themselves and all this shit. But for the most part, I'm kind of just like a voice that I don't make public appearances. I don't go out and do shows or tours or anything like that. Eventually we'll start doing live podcast places, but for the most part, I'm more of a voice and an entity and like a force instead of a guy out there trying to get his picture taken and get props from people. Because
whether you realize it or not, there's a lot of power in that. It's like having this be only audio, people get to let their imagination run wild. You know what I mean? And I think that's a huge part of why these shows are so successful, podcasts in general, is because people like that part. They like to use their imagination and imagine like what somebody sounds like. Like I guarantee a lot of people that listen to this have never seen us, so they have some type of image in their head. It's the same, like I have the same thing going on with my music. Like when people hear me in music, I don't look how I would sound, I guess. Like everybody that I talk to always tells me that they pictured me way different than I ended up being in real life. You know what I mean? And I think that's awesome. And that gives us that's like our superpower. Our anonymity is our fucking superpower. You know what I mean? And we get to provide all this content and entertainment without having any restrictions or being judged. And that's always been the magic of radio ever since radio started, back when it first started, back when the radio was all there was and there wasn't TV or anything else. And that's where you got your shows and your
everyone would huddle around the radio at night and just sit there and imagine it.
Yeah, and you just let your imagination run wild and take you where you needed to go, and that's the cool part about podcasting is like there's no background music. We don't have a theme song going right now. We don't have little orchestral notes going off as we're like in thought. You don't see a thought bubble above my head, even though it's really there. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I think it's good. It's good.
I don't know. That's the power we got.
I agree.
We have to use the power wisely, son.
A lot of people abuse the power, and what they do is they just end up talking about rape all day. So that's not what we do here. Even though I did it earlier.
Yeah, we don't push the politics.
I don't. If you're a first time listener, if you tuned in to hear the interview and you're now caught listening to Joey and myself ramble on about things, I'd like to stress the fact that we don't talk about rape every episode. It's like, I want to say every third episode, right?
Maybe. Who knows?
That reminds me, you remember the other week when I was in Florida at the Cuban Social Club and I punched that guy that was dressed like a girl, that whole thing that happened?
Coin purse?
Yeah. It turns out that place is super fucking haunted, and we didn't talk about it last month. So we got to remember when it comes back around next October, we're going to cover that Cuban American Social Club, because I've been there and got arrested there. So let's get into this. You wanna get him on the line or what?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm half as ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Well, let's patch him in.
All right, everybody. We have Lox Chatterbox live on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I already know you can because we tested it out before, but I'm pretending a little bit of make believe for the audience out there. We like to give them a nice like visual imagination kind of journey to go on. I know those words don't go together, but whatever. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come here with us, man. It's been a long time in the making. You are the other half of Varsity Dropouts, and people know enough about Joey, too much already, so we gotta get you in here and fucking learn some shit about you.
Right on.
So, first of all, why don't you tell people, how you got into music, when this all started, and
all right. Buckle up, man. It's been a long ride. So, when I was like in junior high, I got into instruments. I got like a guitar and a drum set and stuff like that. So I started dabbling in music, and I was in a punk band and shit. And then I moved to San Luis Obispo and met up with some dudes, and we started a group called the 40 Ounce Freaks when I was about 15 or 16, which is a rap group. And we rapped and made a few albums and opened up for a bunch of people, and did that whole thing for a long time. And that's where I learned a lot of what nots and what do's and all that shit. And
put in your groundwork.
That was probably from like putting in the groundwork. That was from like 2004 to 2011 or so. And and then the whole time I was making beats and rapping and perfecting both art forms, trying to get better at both, and learning, getting an ear and stuff for what sounds good and what doesn't, because that's part of the biggest process of becoming an artist, is just developing your ear for what you want to hear or what you want to make and all that stuff. So I did that for a long time, and I did that with Joey, actually. So he can attest to a lot of the trials and tribulations that we went through, and all the work, and so I don't know, man, it's just fucking been a long trip. And
those were the good days.
Those were the good days. I mean, in some ways, they're always the good old days afterwards. When you're there, it's not the good old days, but
no. But that was back when it was new.
Exactly. So it was a whole different game back then, But that was just part of it. While I was doing that, I was also making beats and doing some publishing stuff at this place called Ski TV. DJ Ski owns and operates it, which many of you may be familiar with. But yeah, so I did some beats there, and I produced, and I did some licensing. Some licensing things for like Mountain Dew and NBA, and I made some stuff for like some TV shows and trailers and video games and stuff like that. So that got my head out of the 40 ounce freak mind state for a while, and kind of got me to like professionalize some of my stuff, and and then me and Joey took a break for a while. We didn't really make any music for a couple years, and then we just hit everything again last year with like a new approach, and everything's been clicking a lot better. So
So you at one point when you left St. Louis, you moved out to LA and went to the Los Angeles Recording Arts School. Is that correct?
Yep.
Was that
Yeah.
You were there for how long were you there for? Just 2 years, I think.
Yeah, it was about 2 years.
And for aspiring producers, was it worth the move to go out? Because I know a lot of people that talk about going there and look into it and don't actually do it. But for people that are thinking about it, is it worth going and learning all of that?
Oh man, well, I'm not saying like what the school taught me, but what I learned from just moving to LA myself, doing that was the best thing I could have ever done for myself ever. And like my whole process of making music and all this stuff, everything I thought I knew about who I was, I didn't know anything about that until I moved to LA. You really develop your own idea of who you are as a musician when you're nestled in a little town and you can like kind of be comforted away from reality.
Yeah.
You can build this idea of who you are, but that's not how the world really sees you. And then you go to a city and you do music there where it's really highly competitive with all this stuff going on, and then you really see who you are and you kind of develop a true identity, so it really does. It was the best thing I could have done for myself.
I agree with you too. I feel like just being here like breeds creativity, and like it's really just in the air. I don't know what it is. Something about like I don't even have cable or anything. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. You know what I mean? But just being here, there's so much going on all the time that I'm just like naturally just comes to me. I just want to be creative. So I totally agree with what you're saying. Exactly,
man. It's like a competitive feel or energy, you just feel it, and it's something intangible, but
and you could actually break out of your ego instead of holding yourself back. You can grow.
Yeah, dude, that's a perfect way to say it, because I think that's what held me back the most when I was like, an aspiring producer trying to do this and that, going coming up in the game, thinking you're this and that, you get an ego and it prevents you from doing a lot of shit. Exactly. And when you move there, it kind of like puts you on your pedestal, kind of humbles you. It clears it away, and then you see clearly. So, you hit it on the mark, dude.
Well, you're the one that did it and is living it. So, for anybody out there that's questioning their life and what they're going through, maybe you need to move to the city and maybe mix some shit up.
Yeah.
Because
I think the biggest point is the fact that he took the leap to do what he wanted to do to get where he wanted to be, and that's key to everybody's life.
Life is what you make.
You reap the benefits and rewards from risks. If you don't take the risk, you never have the chance to see what's on the other side. And the fact that he got out of his comfort zone and left the hometown environment where we were already like semi local celebrity status or whatever, to come to an unknown area to where like he really knew nobody, and to put himself out there and to go and master his craft and put the effort into getting a degree for doing it, and then straight from that going straight into work and utilizing that skill in an everyday life scenario. Like engineering was paying its bills for a while, so I feel like just the fact that you left and went to LA and did everything that you did is a test to your abilities and where you want to take it and where you want to go. So let's get back to like right after school, you started doing engineering and stuff at Skis, like you said. That's when you got into publishing, right?
Yeah, I got into the publishing business and like learned what that beast was while I was working at Skis. So, that was kind of their role in my journey, was kind of teaching me about that. And I had to learn some lessons the hard way there.
Right. So for those that don't know, when you publish songs or license songs, what does it consist of? Like, people don't understand there's a lot of ways that you can make money with music other than just getting a song signed on a record label or something like that, Yeah,
well, what people don't realize is like, every time you hear a song in a TV show, on a trailer, in a video game, on, anything, those people are paying to use the song, and they call that licensing. So that's what publishing and publishers deal with. They find companies that will license your songs, basically, or these publishers that I was dealing with. They have other publishers that are like songwriting publishers, like the old traditional ones, but there's a new breed, and these ones, you know, they get you licensing deals. So, you know, say you hear a song, like one of my songs was used for the Mountain Dew Tour, for like their theme song for 2013 and 2014. Yeah. And, you know, and they used it at their events when they were skating and BMX and doing all that stuff. And it was just a beat. It was a 3-minute beat, and no vocals or anything. And so they paid a certain amount of money to use that song, and that's what licensing is. So a lot of artists out there, you hear them on, sometimes you'll hear them in commercials or this and that, and that's really good for that artist. They're getting paid a solid chunk of money for those companies to use their music and represent their image and their, you know, everything they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
So, you know,
when you license the track now, do they own it after that?
No, that's
Is it
the thing.
still your song?
It's a common misconception. People think, oh, you're selling your shit. I would never, you know, make my music to sell to Mountain Dew, like da-da-da-da. I didn't sell it. I licensed it. I let them use it.
So it's leasing
under,
it, basically.
It's a lease. It's just like we agreed to let them use it under a certain term, and it was term, and they pay you so much for 1 year, and if they want to use it another year, they lease it again. They license it again. And different TV shows have different deals. Some will be lifetime. Some will be 4 years or 3 years, or, you know, 1 season, and, you know, and that's how it works. So you're not selling your music. You're owning it 100% still. Everybody gets a chunk of the original song. So if I made this song with you, you know, and we licensed it, you know, you would get half of the chunk just like I would. You know, nobody can fuck people over, and it's all regulated through ASCAP and BMI and all these, you know. So
for a starving artist that's like trying to make a living off of their music, this seems like a good viable option to like hold you over. If you're good enough and you're talented enough and capable and have the means of producing that quality of stuff that people think that they might want to license, I mean, that sounds like a viable way to actually make a living doing what you like to do.
Exactly. It totally is, man. And a lot of people don't know about it because it's a hard industry to get into. It's like, it's not so out there in your face. Like we think, you know, putting an album on iTunes is.
Right.
So, yeah, man, you're right. If I was a producer that had some dope stuff, but I didn't know artists or people to write music to my beats, I would go to these websites like Song Submit, I forget the names of it. There's some called songsubmit.com or something, and they find a bunch of publishers that you can submit to and pay like 99 cents per submission or something. Nice. And it's a legit thing. So if you're a producer, go Google like song submissions for licensing, for placements, use these words and you'll find some stuff like Taxi Cab Music. They do that stuff. And there's places out there that you can find to license your music, and they pay good money.
Nice, man. Well, that's awesome that you're giving back these little things for people to do. I think a lot of people out there, especially producers, are going to hear this and they're going to feel like, wow, maybe there is an alternative, because I know that there's a lot of pressure being an independent artist like we all are. It's hard to keep up what we're doing and still feel good about it when we're not getting the outcome that we want to achieve. You know what I mean? When we're not making a living yet off of what we want to do, and stuff gets really hard and starts to pile up, and you start to get stressed out, and a lot of people get to the point where they want to quit. You know what I mean? And having little options like these, like being able to license music and other things that they didn't know about before, could spark a brand new flame in their life and allow them to maybe pursue more without, you know, maybe giving that extra step without giving up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're actually enabling people to do that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You're a positive force out here in the game.
Well, that's good to hear. Fuck, man, it's hard to be these days.
It really is. So. It really is. Well, I think this is a good segue for us to break off into an NHP smoke session.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
So absolutely. Everybody out there, flick your bics and shoot your pics and tag us with NHP Smoke Sesh.
We got
And,
we got a couple of tags the other day from Hawaii.
We did.
Yeah, you guys are
Super
smoking
stoked
with
on
us
that.
now. Thanks. It's because
Yeah,
we bitched
video
everybody
clips,
out.
Pictures. Yeah.
We bitched everyone out
Hell
on that
yeah.
last podcast, and we were giving them all shit for not taking pictures. But I realized it's because a lot of people are friends with people at their work, with their family, so they don't want to take pictures of themselves smoking weed and put it on Facebook. Because a lot of the entries that we got, people wearing masks, like Halloween masks. So I think that
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's perfect time.
yeah.
Everybody has their masks left over from Halloween, so put your mask on and take a picture. Do it anonymously if you want to do it. Send it to us in a private message, and then we'll post it anonymously without tagging your name in it or something like that.
Yeah. All of those are great possibilities.
Yeah, that's smart.
So let's smoke
All right,
together.
You got a song pick, right?
I do, and I am gonna cue it up right now.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the zombie Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I like
I love
turtles. I like turtles.
Man, that kid likes turtles.
That was an awesome song choice. Who was that?
That was a cat on SoundCloud by the name of Starfish the Astronaut, who is some sort of alter ego of some producer or rapper out there. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into it too deep.
Nice.
I just, scanned it on the surface
Sounds
level.
like a weirdo.
I Googled I like turtles, and that's what came up. So
Nice.
It also
I like turtles too.
it also says that it's out on October
Nice, you're
31st, even though it's out now. I don't know how that happened.
He's a very generous turtle.
Yeah. Hell yeah! Shout out to the generous turtle.
Yep. Starfish the Astronaut, hooking it up.
Yeah, good choice there. I like that one.
Yeah.
Hey, what's funny? You guys can't see it, but Joey's actually wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt right now.
Wait a minute.
So he likes turtles too. For
Are you
sure.
are you telling me that
And
Joey's wearing a shirt right now?
Yeah.
Joey
I
does
can't
not.
promise you he's wearing.
Yeah.
He does not wear shirts.
Well, I know he never wears shoes. That's for sure. Every time I'm over there, this fool's barefooted like a hooligan. So
Nice. Well, we learn new things every day. Joey doesn't wear shirts or shoes.
yeah,
So he's not allowed in public.
Yeah, I guess he just can't get service
you
anymore.
could be from Oildale, dude.
Yeah, I am. Oildale Royals.
Oildale Royals.
Oh man. All right, let's get back down to business.
So let's talk about after you got done with the licensing and your schooling and all this, and your move to LA, you started your solo endeavor, and your first official release was a track called "We Never Sleep." And tell us what led up to that, and what was the spark that ignited the flame that is Lox Chatterbox.
Well, you did your homework. I'm impressed. Well, what happened was kind of, I guess the spark was taking a break. I took a break for a while, and I'd been really into making electronic influenced hip hop beats for years, ever since the 40 Ounce Freak started, since 2004. And it hadn't really caught on, like the whole hybrid rap electronic thing wasn't really big back then, and it kind of made us weird for it, and so in 2012 a big old EDM craze hit, and so 2012 shit started changing for me, because my taste and what I thought was cool, what I liked myself, became less peculiar. It became less weird or abstract or whatever. And so in 2013 is when I came out with that song, and I was really into the dubstep craze and all that, and I just found a good fusion of sound that I liked, mixing some of my beats with a little bit of the dubstep synths and this and that, and it just I just kind of had a vision of what I could do with that sound and tried to run with it, Nice. So We Never Sleep, I kind of fused in some of that dubstep sound, and at the same time I did a trap remix of a Macklemore song that was blowing up on YouTube, and yeah, so that was it, man. It was basically piggybacking off of the EDM craze and how it kind of opened up my lane finally, So
yeah, you know what else I feel like that's really smart of you and people like you is the fact that you change with the times. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you had a way head start because you were already producing stuff similar to that for a few years before that.
Yeah, I think that
so
in your case you were kind of before your time, and it was good to take that break, gain the knowledge, and then jump in when everything was ready for you. And sometimes it's good to regroup.
Yeah, how compared to what you used to be like and how we all used to be like with a strong hip hop influence and everything, and how you've like left that behind, and completely just like switched it up and are able to like change with the times. You know what I mean? Shows like longevity is what I'm saying. It's showing to be able to adapt and change to your surroundings just shows a survival instinct. It's like you're gonna make it.
And also,
it's hard.
No, go ahead.
It's just hard to show that you still have those roots as well, though. Like I came from strong hip hop roots, and nowadays, because my sound has changed so much, I get almost chastised from the hip hop community because they're so, stuck in the traditional hip hop sound that they don't embrace me because I'm so far away from it, So that's the one thing that sucks, that I try to incorporate more. I wish I could keep my roots present in my music a little more, but you're right, changing is key.
Yeah, I think that that's the farthest from the truth, because I was just gonna bring up now that I have both. Now that I have both of you guys here, Varsity Dropouts, like I enjoy your guys' music a lot, and I enjoy like your solo shit. We have an exclusive track that you brought along with you that we're gonna play soon, called "We're All Mad Here," and like you have this hybrid of hip hop and EDM, to where I'm not an EDM fan at all whatsoever. There was a time years ago when I looked down upon it, and I didn't know what the whole thing was about. But your guys' music, Varsity Dropouts tracks exclusively are opening this door into this genre of music that isn't furry caps and raves and plur lifestyle. It's a whole genre of music that I kind of wasn't aware about, and you have enough hip hop to appeal to me, someone that's a hip hop head, while still having this EDM influence and mixture that can appeal to what's going on now. And I think it's the perfect mixture. So anybody that says that is a fucking idiot and should just download some of your tracks and move on. That's what I say. Words from Mikey Booyah.
Fuck, man, I wish more people understood or like were understanding like you. It's the fact of like what Lox was saying is the fact that fools are dinosaurs, man. They're hating on what he's doing because they don't understand it, and then they're not even taking the time to understand it. Yeah. They're just immediately downplaying it, and they're like, nah, fuck that.
And you know what? I think it's almost not.
That just limits.
It's almost not their fault either, because it's like some of these people are young, some of these people are old but young acting and haven't really, I think there's a part in your life where you change and your outlook flips and you kind of like realize what's going on, and all of this other shit is minuscule and doesn't matter. So if somebody wants to blend hip hop with EDM, who the fuck cares? Like if it's a dope song, shut up. So, these people will come around to it and come into their own eventually.
Yeah, well, the proof is in the fucking results, and the numbers don't lie. And I can't help but look at the fact of, like, look at what we did before, and throw it next to what we did now. The shit that we did before, we had years and years and years of compiled shit, albums and shows and things, and none of it compares to anything that we're doing now.
Yeah, and we haven't done any of those. We haven't made an album. We haven't done any shows.
Yeah.
We've done more through the internet than we have done in almost like a decade of doing shows and going to different cities and doing all this stuff and selling tickets to random people and trying to hustle CDs to random people at Venice Beach and like, you know what I mean? That doesn't reach anything compared to now. You know that it's a whole different game.
Yeah,
brand new world. Yeah.
But
so here's some proof right here. What's your biggest song to date?
Definitely Controls. Which I did to a beat produced by a guy named Fam.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest song today by far.
And what's the play count?
It's got 1.1 million plays on SoundCloud, and you know, there's an upload on YouTube with a few 100,000 or something, you know. But that's the biggest song I've released so far, and that was last year in December. It's coming up to a year now. So
hey, you know what? That's a big. It matters? You know what I'm saying? Like you have a milli. You hit that. You hit that fucking mark.
And some change
that most motherfuckers don't hit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a definite achievement towards like where you're going, and it just shows that. You know what I mean? It just cements the fact that everything you've been doing is right, and you just gotta keep doing what you're doing, man. You gotta keep pushing. I mean, everything that you do is different. You have like a super unique style. You switch it up a lot and do like different things, and nothing's really ever the same. And you know what I mean? Like you keep people guessing. And you do like different types of songs, and I really feel like people appreciate all that shit. Like you have a lot of solid fans that really I see them through the internet all the time. Like I live on the internet, and I'm searching shit all the fucking time, and I see everything. Don't think I don't. You know what I'm saying? I see everything. I don't, you know, and your fans are strong, dude. You have like a fucking Jedi Force going on and shit, and they really like follow you through all the networks, like through YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and fucking SoundCloud, and everywhere's connected. You know what I mean? And so it shows like you're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. And your fans are appreciating what's going on, you know what I mean? And now it's like you just gotta keep it up.
Yep.
Well, it's good to hear, man. I'm happy to hear that. It's, you know, it's been a long time, so for, you know, to hear that, it's like foreign to me. You know, you've been on the underground for so long, you kind of forget what it would actually be like to actually get some listeners and to build a following and shit, you know. So it's good, dude.
It's crazy.
So
but
dude, we're gonna get to this track right now in a minute, and before we do that, do you have anything upcoming, any projects that you're working on? What's next for you? What can people look forward to?
Yeah, dude, I have a track that I particularly really love that I did with a guy named Sex Whales and another guy named Eel. So it's ironic that it's Sex Whales and Eel.
Nice.
But they made a killer beat and they sent it to me, and I just recorded something that I don't do very often, and I'm excited for them to release it. I'm just featured on it, but it should be coming out this winter sometime, maybe January. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted with that. But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. I've done a few collabs with people all over the world right now. I've got this track with this guy named Jam Iouni, who's really dope from Morocco. And we're trying to get that one released on Bread and Butter, which is Far East Movement's label. And I got some tracks with some people with the Caps Lock crew right now. I have the album or a track on their album that's coming out this month sometime. Actually came out in October. So, but yeah. So that's about it, man. And this new song I'm about to show you, little things here and there, some stuff with Joey, of course. But yeah.
Nice. Well, you're definitely going to be staying busy.
You got you just had a couple videos come out too. What next? What's the next video coming out?
Well, hopefully this one right here that you're about to hear. To We're All Mad Here.
Oh, dope.
So yeah, I'm probably not gonna release this track till February or so, January maybe. But yeah, try and get the video lined up before then too, so you guys have 2 in 1.
Dope.
Nice. So yeah, Fresh. Well, everybody, you heard it first here, an exclusive song from Lox Chatterbox. So thank you for joining us, man. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and Skyping with us, and you know, smoking weed with us and shit. I know that we're just some druggies that want to bullshit with you. So so thanks for coming, man.
Hey, don't be fooled, dude. That's all I've ever been to. Don't trip.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. It's nice talking to you guys.
All right, man. You too.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Later.
Said it's got me feeling fucked up. I went to a funeral today, had to give a eulogy today. Right now death got me feeling real alone, and all I wanna do is get away. I met a girl crying sad tears. She was broken, it was that clear. I saw the words on her tattoos, in the red, we're all mad here. It was the truest thing I ever read. Man dies, madness is never dead. It's the evil that we can't explain. I can feel it getting stronger in me every day. She said there was one thing that you should know about me. She showed me her scars and she told me she once seen death, but she's now free. So I talked to her for a while, like keep on with your gorgeous smile. I know my homies gon' hate for the G's in my rap, but I really can't avoid it now. So I ain't gon' tell them shit, cause I'll be back on my felon shit. Then it's back to the trap in this mad world. All the other bullshit's irrelevant. Yeah, we living in the madness. I see it everywhere I go. Better watch your assets. For the madness, come and take it, whoa. We living in a mad world, and everybody's mad here. It's got me feeling fucked up. I said it's got me feeling fucked up. Fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up.
It's got me feeling fucked up, fucked up, fucked up.
It's got me feeling fucked up, fucked up. I said it's got me feeling fucked up. Yeah, wake up, just another day in the chaos. Straight up, feeling like I'm haunted, need a seance to shake off these demons that got me so jaded. It's got me going mad like Amadeus, but more like Lewis Carroll. Madness in my bones, I can feel it to the marrow.
Like fuck the fish, I'm just trying to shoot the barrel.
Wait, what? Fuck the fish, I'm just trying to shoot the barrel. Back to my story though, I told her there was one thing that you should know about me. I showed her my scars and I told her I once seen death, but I'm now free, and I'm smiling still. Naive bitches getting high in the hills. I pull the nugs out my jar like my vitamin pills. Yo, it's a mad world, people, this environment kills. Yeah, we living in the madness. I see it everywhere I go. Better watch your assets. For the madness, come and take it, whoa. We living in a mad world, and everybody's mad here. It's got me feeling fucked up. I said it's got me feeling fucked up. Fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up.
It's got me feeling fucked up, fucked up, fucked up.
It's got me feeling fucked up, fucked up. I said it's got me feeling fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. We're all mad here. We're all mad here. We're all mad here. We're all mad here. So don't judge. Just remember, we're all fucking mad here.
Well, bada boom. There it is. Lox Chatterbox is no longer a mystery.
And another great interview bites the dust.
Yeah, I think that was really good, dude. Fucking,
Yeah, he's the homie.
like we were talking about before. There's not a lot of stuff out there about him and you guys, and I've got to know you over the past 50 episodes, but all I really know from Lox is his music, and to actually sit there and chop it up with him, he's a really good dude, man. And I know that we live in the same area, so we're gonna be linking up soon and blazing, and maybe he'll come in the studio and do another podcast with us, and we'll get him on mic. I think the sound quality was good, wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, sounded decent. I mean, I think it was cool that all the little knowledge that he dropped about like licensing and everything, and I think that it really is going to give people a new outlet. You know what I mean? Like, don't give up on your dreams of being a fucking producer just because you can't figure out a way to make money with it yet. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I feel your pain. I'm at a point where I'm fucking old now. And I'm like, dude, if something doesn't happen soon, I'm like starting to panic. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And I mean, I feel like you just got to keep at it no matter what. If music is your dream and that's what you want to do, then you just got to keep making it. I mean, you got to,
it pays off.
You got to figure out a way to change your destiny and make it what you want it to be. And so, I mean, like, having alternatives like that and having other routes and ways to do it is a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, it might not have been the way you wanted it to be. You might not have that hit #1 song, but you got a song in rotation somewhere that's fucking making you some money if you lease it or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like,
and how people say, I wouldn't sell my music to Mountain Dew and put it in that commercial or whatever. Why the fuck would you not want your music in a Mountain Dew commercial? You know what I mean? Or any commercial for that matter. Who the fuck cares what it is? Your music's being played to, millions of potential listeners.
Yeah, I would sell the fuck out of my music.
Fuck yeah, I'd sell it for. I'd sell it for keeps. You keep it. I don't even need it anymore.
Yeah, you need a song for a video game or a fucking movie or a commercial or an elevator or a fucking a theme to walk down the street. Shit,
I'll make the whole hook elevator themed. It'll be like up, down. It'll be amazing.
Shit,
just call us.
We'll make something.
Yeah, but now thanks to him, we know where to go. It's cool that he dropped those websites and told everybody how to do it, because that's how he did it, and he's sharing his knowledge with the community instead of trying to hoard it all to himself and think that he has some amazing game plan that's all secret. He was just like, nah, man, I just Googled it. There's these companies that hook you up. You just got to pay to get it out there, and he let everybody know, which is dope. I think that's a very commendable thing of him to do, and like I said, he's a positive force in the game, which is hard to be.
Honestly, I feel like the best artists are not even out. You know what I'm saying? Like the real best artists are not discovered yet.
A lot of the best artists never get discovered.
Well, that's what I mean. They don't have the means or the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And these type of things allow that to happen. The way that the internet is now, it was like you could fucking make anything happen. All you gotta do is do it. And having outlets like this to where you can learn other ways to do things and smarter ways to do things and whatever is just gonna help you out in your journey along the way. You know what I mean? It's like the possibilities are really endless. And the beautiful thing about Lox's situation is that this is only the beginning, man. Really. I mean, like we've spent a long time doing what we're doing, bro. Like we've been doing music for a long fucking time, and him personally, just his shit is just budding right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and this is nothing. We're not even at anywhere yet, and he's like just taking the next step. You know what I mean? And it's like we're getting to see it now. It's like it's just now catching on, and I think everybody's ready. I think timing is everything.
And I think that you guys don't see it because you're a part of it and you're there for every step, and it's been all these years of build up and everything. But I mean, you guys have made it. You've made it really far, and you guys are moving quick, and it's like you're on the freeway headed to the destination Whereas a lot of people break down on the on-ramp. You know, the on-ramp is long as fuck. It's really long, and it does the windy thing where it goes like over the freeway, and then it dips under like into a tunnel, and it's just like hella crazy. So a lot of people break down on that shit, and they never make it onto the freeway. And I think you guys you're merging into traffic. You're not really in the carpool lane yet, but you're getting there. If that all makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it really doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like we're on that path, and I fucking encourage everybody else out there to fucking stay on their path. And if you're not happy doing what you're doing, then go do what you want to do. You know, it's not that hard. You don't have to be like stuck in any type of situation just because you feel like that's the right thing to do.
Yep. Don't let fear hold you back, because you only have one life, and you only get one life. Is what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. We're gonna edit that first one out. Hashtag Yogo. You only get one life, and it's like if you just sit around and waste it, then it's over, and you don't get a second go around. And eventually, you're gonna come to, and you're gonna be like, man, I should have done all these amazing things that I see all these other people do, or I should have fucking pursued my art, or pursued whatever it is that I love, and you're really gonna regret it. So make sure that you go out there every day and fucking yogle it up, man. Seize the day.
Yeah, that was always like one of my biggest things that was always pushing me. Is like later on when I'm old, I'm gonna look back and not regret wishing that I would have done something, because I'm actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, at least I tried. My life may not have turned out the way I wanted to, but at least I did a lot of shit I wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
At least we lived.
Yep.
You gotta live. So thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back with you on Thursday, and it's a whole new month, man. November. It's getting chilly outside. All the Thanksgiving movies are coming, and it's gonna be good, man. I'm excited. Halloween was a good month of October, and now we're moving on to bigger and better things on the Natural Habitat podcast, and we're glad that you guys are here with us. So we love y'all, and have a great fucking day.
Peace, bitches.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.